What is up, everybody? So basically, a couple weeks ago I started realizing that my headphones smelled bad. And not the headphone in particular, but the cushion. The actual cushion was starting to get worn down, and it had this really disgusting smell to it. So, of course, I went to the internet to try and find a way to remedy this problem. Basically, a lot of people were saying take an alcoholic pad to it, get those kitchen cleaner or all-purpose, moist wipes and go to it, clean them off that way. And that basically just masked the problem. I found out you would get like a citrus smell to it if you got the, whatever flavor or whatever scent you got, whatever you rubbed on there, it would basically just smell like that mixed with sweat, and then it would soon just wear off. So it got to the point where I figured it's time to just either buy new headphones or change the cushions, and obviously the headphones are like $200, so we were definitely not going to do that. So I resorted to the next best thing, and that was changing the cushions. Now this next company I'm going to be telling you guys about, they have not paid me to say this. This is basically what I just found by going on the internet and then trial and error. They are called Wickedcushions, I believe. Yes, Wickedcushions. And they basically have a different variety of headphone cushions for different headphones. They have the Studio Beats, they have the Solo 3s, which I have, and they come in black, white, and they have, I think, a bunch of different patterns. I will leave a link to their website below. I don't have a code or anything, so it's just basically go there and just buy what it is. They're cheap. I think they were like, they might have been like 20 bucks or something, but it's definitely worth it. They smell better, and they actually feel a little bit more high quality than the ones that were existing on there at the time. So this video is basically just explaining to you guys how I changed it. I went through their directions, but then I also kind of found the easiest way to do it myself, and I figured I would relay this information to you guys, make it easier, and you can avoid some of the mistakes that I went going through it all. So enjoy.
Alright guys, so here is the package, and inside you will find that we have the Wickedcushions right here. Clever little nice Ziploc bag you got, so unzip it, and inside you will find both the instructions and obviously the new earphone pads. As you can see, there is tape on the back, but pretty much simple instructions. I think there's only like 12 steps. Here are my cushions. Here are my old Solo Beats. They suck. They are just smelly and old, and I think I've had them for over a year now, so it was about time they needed to change, and I didn't want to buy something new. Now, the easiest way I found to get these new, or the old ones, off was a flathead screwdriver, but I mean, if you have any kind of prying tool, you can do it. I do not advise you sticking the tool in as far as you can in prying, because it will damage the inside speaker. So what you kind of want to do is walk it around the edge, and a little further down in the video you'll find that I actually found a nicer technique. But once you get a few edges off, you should be able to pull the entirety of the pad off. Don't be afraid if you hear some clicking, some tape ripping. That's just basically what it is. And inside, I think the majority of the actual foam tape that was in there stuck. I found the best way of getting that off was kind of taking this screwdriver and using it and kind of just pushing it off. Now you're still going to be stuck with some actual residue on there. I tried two different techniques here. I tried using the alcohol pad first, as you can see here, to try and loosen it up. I kind of rubbed it all around there, and I found that that did absolutely nothing. That was kind of really stupid and a waste of my time, and a waste of an alcohol pad. So basically, my next technique was I kind of just used my finger and pushed, starting from one area, and just kind of walked it towards. You hit one of those little nubs, and just pushed. And I don't know why I filmed it with the thing right in front of the camera like that, like an idiot, but you kind of just push it and walk around until it gets into a giant clump, and then you can take that clump and just pull it off like that. So I did that for that one side. We'll start the other side here. Here's my second technique I used. I put it in there. Instead of trying to pry up, I just twisted, and that seemed to be the best option for me. You could hear everything, and it wasn't breaking anything. So I walked it around. Super easy. That's the best way to do it. And then just peeled this one off. This one seemed to come off a little bit easier. It still left a lot of crap on there, and here is the bundle that I got. I walked it around again, got into a giant clump, and I was able just to pull it off, and easy enough. Walking around, do more, try and get as much as you can off, because the alcoholic pads really don't help that much. They're basically meant to take off a slight little bit. I found just adding it every once in a while, I got it off. But there you go, two clean ends. Here's the next part of the instructions. Basically, you're going to take your new ear pads, whatever you want, ear cushions, your Wickedcushions, and you're going to take a razor. Be super careful, obviously, because it's sharp. And you're going to put a little slit in one spot. They didn't give you a spot for it to start at, so this is basically you creating the spot where you can peel it up at. Now, obviously, this cushion matches that one. I'm just pointing it out to you. That side matches that one. And there's also these little tabs on there, and they'll line up with the tabs that are also on the sticker. Who would have thought? Wow, right? So you're going to peel these off, and you're going to just line it up, and you're going to start with one hole and obviously work, you know, gently push it down into the next one. You can probably hear my fan right now. Of course, it decides to act up when I'm trying to record voiceover. So you're going to line it up, and as you can tell, it wasn't lining up, and you'll know if it doesn't line up, it won't sync, it won't seat correctly. So I actually had to end up taking it off a little bit here and putting it back on just so it lined up. You don't want it to be sticking the wrong way. It's going to be uncomfortable. And these headphones are not like the most comfortable to begin with. So there you go. One side is done. And we're starting with the next side, which is also now going to be easier. Actually, I messed up and I broke one of the tabs when I was pushing. So just be very wary that they're very flimsy tabs. And just to take care of doing that, you know, in hindsight, don't do it too hard. Now, the last step is actually to squeeze this between two bookshelves, or between something that can put pressure on the actual headphones, which I didn't show here, but I'll show you in the instructions in a second. And basically that is it. Let it sit overnight and you're good to go.
So now you saw how to change out the actual headphones. Now, like I said at the end, you're going to actually want to squeeze the headphones on like books, on bookshelf, have some kind of pressure between them, so that way they can kind of cure overnight. And I've actually used these since they've been adhered to it, and they have not fallen off. There's no problems, and they're very comfortable too. So they've stood the test of one sweaty gym session, hopefully many more to come. And I hope I helped little people out here getting this done, because it's actually easy. You just can't be afraid diving into it. Like I said in the video, don't stick the screwdriver like deep in there or you'll end up breaking it. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like my videos before this one. So.